Alright. I'm just going to check how audio balancing is. That seems like that should probably go down a little bit. Okay, yeah, that should... Well, okay, I don't... The issue is I can't actually hear how things are relative to me, so I just kind of look at these bars and try and guess roughly where something should be. I'm going to guess maybe around... okay, yeah, that's... Okay, anyway, let's get started. So basically, for those who don't know, I discovered ages ago well, initially, let's see if I have it on me. Yes, I do. Look at me being prepared. Initially, I discovered a bug with... I don't know. Since the downside, this character has never completed Adventure Explorer. What is it? Stat max imagination. Probably not capitalized. Oh, it is though. Okay, and I'm amazed I remember that, honestly. I mean, not that it's exactly a hard command, but anyway, yes, I noticed when I was mucking around in the monument that I could do this. So wait a second, I'm doing something whilst I do this, and I got lucky, and I think I managed to cancel it mid-air. Let's see if I can pull that off now. Might not be able to. Yeah, there's going to be issues with me pulling it off now, because I've actually relearnt how I do these. I don't have... Okay. I'm not 100% certain how well this will work, how well I can even demonstrate this, because I don't have a spear on me, and spears are pretty good for this. Let's re-equip that, since the game thinks we don't have it on. There we are. Now let's... There we are. I noticed that I could cancel that at the top. If I were doing it with a spear, I would have fallen a little bit more slowly. But I'm not doing it with a spear. Okay, let's just get rid of this. I want an even amount of imagination. Get rid of the remainder of my imagination. Then what I discovered is, hey, you can do this with other items as well. There are a set of other items in the game, all of which make you move upwards. I shouldn't have used up all my imagination, because one of those I'm wearing. I'm wearing this. Unfortunately, this particular weapon doesn't have the same thing. In particular, I can't attack when I'm near the peak of a jump and cancel it. The Space Marauder thing just doesn't have the ability to do that, and it turns out there's a reason internally into the skill tree as to why that is. However, what I later found is, hey presto, we've got these things called spring shoes, and I really messed up there, if I'm honest, and you could actually hear my table moving back and forth as I spammed Alt. I apologise for that. Let's see if moving it here makes it any better. As you can see, I can, in theory, just... Okay, I timed that last one badly, but I can, in theory, just keep height gaining with this. This all came because I was trying out some faction gear that I had never tried out before. Kinda makes me wonder, what other pieces of gear in LU might I be missing out on? So I've gone my database up, I've typed loot into the type column of the objects table and found every single thing in the game which is tagged as loot. I should probably give myself more backpack space if I'm honest. I don't remember the command for that. I'm just gonna guess. Oh no. Okay, I'm fairly certain this doesn't contain all of the things though. Okay, slash inventory. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to give myself a large inventory. And I'm going to try and give myself many of the items in the game. There are about 4,000 things on this table. Most of them aren't useful. So for instance, items with IDs 20 to 131, they're not all sequential, are just rank 1 books. Next one is labelled as a test item, so it probably isn't useful. It probably isn't achievable in game, but we can see Oh, I guess what I should do is give myself some imagination. So this is a charge up that stuns enemies. Ooh, that was interesting. The effect. No, it's not interesting. But yeah, to the best of my knowledge, that seems like just a pure stun. So yeah, basically, I'm going going through a lot of these. I'm going to be discarding them incredibly quickly, because most of the time it seems unlikely that a lot of these will be interesting. In particular, there'll probably be a lot of basic weapons. So the next thing up is the Great Halberd. Okay, that was bad. There we are. It's a little bit better. And again, this, I don't expect anything. I'm just looking at that. Nope. It doesn't contain any abilities. Okay, NPC Sentinel Shield. That's an NPC. Test Knight Helmet. Anything with Test won't be in it. Nexus Force Helmet. I don't know what this is, so... Okay, that's used a million times. Gem-only Jetpack, that's definitely not it. Superior Pirate Scimitar. I can probably start narrowing these down on the basis of which ones have descriptions, because anything that doesn't have like a charge-up description... the issue is that description isn't actually included within this table I'm looking at right now. Okay, again, this is just... what I guess the interesting thing to take a look at is just attack speed. So that attacks pretty darn quickly as a lower cooldown. This attacks more slowly. Does it? Can't tell. It feels like it attacks more slowly. Both of those feel like they attack more slowly than this one. And that's definitely, yeah. And that's definitely something that can happen and does happen in the game. Different things do different amounts of damage. I'm going to take a look at this one just because it looks cool. Doesn't do anything. Worth a try. I was hopeful. What can I say? Okay, hot chocolates. That's just a power-up thing. Red Ninja Hood, Maelstrom Infused, doesn't do anything. Well, I've worn that a million times. Black Pirate Scarf, I'm fairly certain all of the Pirate Scarves don't have any abilities. But again, we can check. Let's take a look. There are probably better, yeah, there are probably better things. I guess I've got to take it off. There are probably better commands I could have used to narrow this down. So to, for instance, find only things that have abilities. Because, yeah, I'm currently on 22 out of 4,000. Exceptional Flintlock Rifle of Blasting. Who thought this was a good idea? But again, so, okay, this is where you potentially, where you have the room for some interesting effects at any rate. Can I get up here naturally? No, I can't. Let's swap out. I mucked that up. Somehow everything still works. I don't actually know how. Okay, that's actually weird. I'm kind of throwing. Oh. Okay, in part, accidentally. I stored imagination. That should be there. There we are. Okay, so up here, and now what I want to do is test charging up and then falling off. I'm assuming I can... And now I need imagination. This is going to be a constant battle going back and forth between whether I want imagination or not, I suspect. I say that, actually, I should just fly, and then this won't be a problem. Wait. Okay, that's a new shoe bug. Okay, so I was able to maintain the charge up, so I probably could have done that in the air if I wanted. Would it have held me still had I done it from the air? That's what I don't know. And so to test that, I'm going to go up a little bit higher. Oh, I thought... Huh. I thought the physics appeared sooner than that. Anyway. Test this. Need more imagination. That's still not right. Okay, here we are, and I'm gonna Okay, so what I was really wondering is, would that stop me midair? The answer is no, it doesn't. So there are certain interesting... so the other thing I should do is I should run and test this anywhere with a bouncer. Because there are noted incidents of... Wow, I'm bad. There are noted incidents of certain things working very, very differently with bouncers. Honestly, I should just buff me as well. Speedy. I'm not doing anything. I'm not researching any like precision strats, so it doesn't. So a high default fly speed won't be annoying. Why is this doing that? Is that meant? Oh yeah, it probably is actually. Huh, that's odd. I'm kind of surprised by that. Okay, so the other thing we can test is the Daredevil attacks, if I recall correctly, when you charge. Why does it keep doing that? No, stop it. Stop it, I said. Okay. Okay, so doing that midair doesn't do anything. With certain weapons, it does. Oh, okay. Okay, so it seems for whatever reason, with this ranged item, those attacks weren't the correct attacks. It is just, for some reason, defaulting back to Woo's Imagination Staff every time I do an attack. That's kind of fine. Doesn't make too much difference, because, I mean, I think we got the important points there, which is it doesn't have any of the weird mid-air glitches that some things do. And, okay, you saw me falling down there. I was able to fall and use it at the same time, because I timed it shortly before I walked off. So that's all standard, nothing interesting. Health banana, not interesting. Banana, not interesting. Accessory treasure chest. I don't actually know what this is. Loot drop container. Apparently the game doesn't know what it is either. Treasure chest, loot, okay. Again, I'm assuming these are things that aren't implemented. Or not that aren't implemented. Well, yes, that aren't implemented, but weren't implemented in the original either. Okay, Potion of Imagination, Pyro Flag, Ninja Flag. Those don't do anything. Okay, well, let's test one. Because again, I would have said that with stuff in the past, and I would have been wrong. So let's try. Oops, that's the charge up. That is the charge up. How's that? Oh, that's okay. So that's just a typo in the game. Okay, let's take a look at that. So that seemed fairly standard. Just cancels. Just cancels when you jump. So yeah, there are a variety of items in the game with regards to charge ups, but they have basically one of two behaviors. Either they will cancel when you jump, or they will hold you fixed. Or I guess there is the other class, which are just kind of buff over time items. Unless I'm fairly certain it's an implemented to smash me, so I'm fine anyway. So let's just try this again. Unable to walk forwards, I'm able to rotate camera. What happens if I attack? Okay, if I attack, everything works as normal. The one last thing, I guess, to try would be see whether or not I can activate this in midair. Because things which you can activate in midair are relatively rare in LU, and they're quite powerful. Because, well, there's lots of times you might want to do something whilst in midair. But no, it won't let you. Interestingly, wait. Okay. Does seem to fix you in place, actually. So if you are currently moving forward, this will stop you. I want a moving platform. I should have gone for 100. Actually, shortcut. Nearest moving platforms I can think of are here. Now, moving platforms do have a risk of being buggy. I have not picked the best place in the world to test moving platform stuff. Let's just see. Okay, I'm going to wait until it starts moving down, then activate. Not expecting anything interesting. Yeah. And the game thinks I'm dead, hence I'm able to move, I believe. Oh no. Okay, that's some effect then due to this, which is holding me in place. I suspect it won't hold me in place if I get hit by an enemy. Fortunately, let's find some of those. So yeah, that's one thing that hasn't really been made use of yet. Enemy interactions are a pretty minor thing in terms of strat hunting at the moment. Okay, let's... Okay, it doesn't cancel. I mean, honestly, not much use, just good to know. Can I walk forwards now? Okay. I'm not 100% certain what the condition is for me being able to walk forwards or not. I don't think it's that important, realistically. This really is just an opportunity to gain some more intuition of what's going on. Okay, we've got some test things. We've got Hammer of Doom. We've got PvP Slow Scarf, Test Contest Hoverboard, Bubble Shell, Bright Red... It's Bubble Shell. I'm assuming this won't add anything to my inventory. Yeah. Nothing added. It seemed like something that would not have been implemented. Pants. These are just different coloured pants we're going through. Great sword, long sword of lightning. Lightning bolt that does 4 damage to enemies. Okay. Any interesting stuff that could happen with this? Okay, this has the potential to smash stuff through walls. That's kind of boring. Does it have... I mean, obviously, you can charge in a fall. I'm assuming if I get hit, it doesn't break me out of it. Okay. Does all nearest enemies. What happens if, like, maybe I try jumping? I mean, it mucks up the animation, not much else. Anything else I don't think to do? I've already been hit whilst charging. I guess this is something to try. I feel like this must be something I have tried, but maybe I haven't. Can I come up with a way of charging up? I think I've tried this. I'm fairly certain I've tested this quite exhaustively, actually. As to whether or not there's the yeah, okay. So there, I actually hit 5 before I hit. I didn't that time, but the previous time... Well, I did that time as well, actually. But the previous time, I hit 5 before I hit... before I began charging up. And so what happens in LU is that certain things seem to take some slight priority over others. For instance, most main attacks will always trump... I don't know if it's Spring Shoe specific or other items, but most main attacks, if you press them quickly enough, will trump the Spring Shoes. You may be able to see if you look closer at my hotbar, it will flash twice. Or it'll flash once before my arm begins to move back. That's because I'm attempting to use the Spring Shoes at the same time. Let's just test. Cluster Strike. Yeah. You can actually see the game got a little bit confused there as I attempted to use that. But again, nothing happens. There is the possibility that you could activate 2 things with the perfect time. Ooh! I think something weird just happened there. I think I saw my arm begin to go back in a charge up. Maybe I missaw. Is it just that my arm happens to be spinning around then? It could well be that. What signs do we have that I'm charging up? I can't think. I guess I could try releasing midair. I mean, realistically, I think this probably just cancels anything in the skill chain. Oh, yeah, okay, so no, what will happen is when this begins, it activates a stun command. So yeah, I can begin charging whilst I'm in the air, that's not really too surprising. So yeah, when this begins, it activates a stun command, and that stun command will cancel my charge up, I think. I think that's what's happening. So even if I do time them perfectly, the stun will cancel it. Unless, of course, somehow you time it right after the stun. No, because the stunning is a permanent state. So, like, I feel like I'm beginning my animation there. Okay, that time I didn't. That time I didn't. I'm just now playing badly. I'm now just not, like, I'm not processing it properly. I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing. Too used to spring jumps. Okay. Not seeing anything there just yet, but that could be an interesting route to go down. The issue is, I think stuns would cancel any charge-ups. No, I don't think they do, actually. It's certainly not true by default, because, let me demo. One standard stun state in the game, and honestly one of the ones that would be nicest to properly break out of, but no one's managed to yet, is the bouncer stun state. But, take a look at this. I can be in charge up, hit it, and I can release the charge up whilst in midair. That, during the time when I'm in midair, I can do basically nothing else. I am basically completely stunned. Which is interesting. So that suggests I might almost be able to maintain charge-ups during a stun state. That doesn't make any sense. In case you're wondering, I can't use these. The game won't let you press shift. I'm pressing shift now, and all it's doing is slowing my character down. The game doesn't let you press shift and whilst charging up, unfortunately. Again, there may be a like perfect timing thing where the game does let you. That is, again, technically possible. I've seen some stuff in the past whereby if you ground pound with the perfect timing before you hit a bouncer, it basically you land twice on the bouncer. It was a really weird bit of tech. Probably won't be able to demonstrate it. Nah, it was bad. And I picked a bouncer that was quite a long way to try and test it on. Yeah, okay, so I think that's just next on the thing. White baseball cap, chef hat, celebration wand. I've used celebration wand before, it's standard charge up. Worthy large axe, great prismatic wrench, bullhorn. That's offhand stuns enemies if I recall correctly. Offhand item stuns enemies, nice. Any interesting effects? Just testing, spamming at the same time. It's this. Not getting anything. I don't really expect anything, but... Oh, wait, what actually happened there? Oh, okay, it just aims to the side of you normally for some reason. Okay. Oh, no, it's aiming towards that, okay. Doesn't seem to have any interesting abilities. Can I do it mid-air? Probably. So, I didn't manage it that time. Let's see if I can. I strongly suspect I probably can if I manage it right, do this mid-air. I strongly suspect it also has no use. Let's just try. Quick score will help. Yep, I think I managed it mid-air. I must have, because otherwise it would hold you in place. Because I think so. Yeah. Okay, so I managed to activate it before getting on the bouncer. Did not do anything interesting. So, like, ideally, the thing I'd be looking for with all of this is trying to find some item, some ability, which lets me break out of a stun. That's, like, what we want. Hey, we reached Quixocle, improved ladle, wizard hat, kettle helmet, black-knit cat, superior cutlass, shiver me timbers axe. Honestly, just... I'm kind of relying on the names to signpost when they have special abilities. I mean, that one didn't really signpost it had special abilities. I just guessed. Just a little bit concerning. Can this target beneath me? Yeah, it can. Cool. Doesn't really help at all. What else does it do? Yeah, it does 2 damage and freezes enemies. Okay, not very interesting. Shiver me timbers axe, brown pirate hat, but not binoculars. Okay, they're just an offhand item. No abilities. Pirate captain hat, white ninja head, black ninja head, exceptional hatchet. Worthy course, white conical hat, black hood. Test contest instabot. Test pink wizard hat. Test brown aviator hat. Lots of test things. Contest hoverboards, parachutes. Oh, let's actually just do this. If I recall which one this is, it's like... This isn't a thing which is in the game, if I'm recalling correctly, but it is one of... If this is what I think it is, it's one of my... one of the cooler items I've ever mucked around with. Solely for the fact that, if I recall correctly, it works. Huh. Maybe this is not the one I recalled. Whoa, what just happened? Whoa. Okay. Something interesting was happening there. It could just be animation. Could be something specific to this item as well. I think it probably is. But you can see I'm not always hitting the ground properly. Let's try one other way I could test taking off, which is walking off the edge rather than jumping off. With Quixocle so I don't slip. Nothing in particular of interest. I could have sworn I've used an item that was this one or something like it, which actually did slow me down. Okay, you might have seen there something. I did like move up or down. The question is, did I actually move up or down, or was it just an animation? My guess would be it's most likely to just be an animation. So you can see when I'm doing this, camera's bugging out. There's no tomorrow. Well, not the camera, the animations are. They just can't work out what to do, which is understandable. I wouldn't be able to either in their place. Okay, test contest parachute did not work. Monument shirt, musical note shirt, concert superstar shirt, no robot shirt, boombox. Yeah, let's get the boombox, if nothing else, just for the memes. And we are actually about 1/40th of the way through. Okay, not implemented sufficiently. And obviously I used to fully test it. I've spent a lot of time with that and other things. Striped shirt, ship shirts, throwing star shirt. Again, most of these not particularly interesting. Ninja buckler, shield, doesn't have any special effects. Dragon hammer. Dragon hammer, display name, mantis style hammer. NPC yellow mug, these are all NPC things. Red pirate scarf, bubble blower. Bubble blower might be interesting. I mean, I know more or less what it does, and I've used it before, I have not noticed any bugs with it. I meant to equip here. So again, this is one of those items that will fix you in place. This one, on the other hand, whilst you're blowing bubbles, if I recall correctly, it doesn't actually. It doesn't let you move. I believe it holds you in place throughout the entirety of the time whilst you're blowing bubbles. So it's one of the second class. Then once the bubble's blown, you'll be fine. You may have noticed there I didn't quite get off my double jump. I seemed to land a little too early. That was because an invisible physics object spawned by one of the bones / arrows the skeleton shot at me. There we are. We just had it again. Oh, you're going to do that? Okay. So, get an example. No. They're like... I can reliably do it, but I can't reliably do it here. Oh, there we are. Easy little bit of extra height. I've never found a use for it. Maybe something like Battle of Nimbus Station. It could be a cheap out of bounds. Thank God, and Survival, it could be an out of bounds. Let's try this. I didn't quite make it in time. I might just abuse flight to test this. Get some speed up and then... I missed. Missed and then cancelled it with flight. Or at least floated up with flight. That's a little bit interesting. That suggests, if I had to guess, that I can move whilst this is active. I just can't control my own motion. Actually, if I wanted another way of testing that, which would be easier than trying to land on the I guess moving platforms. Okay, so I would test on the moving platforms. However, moving platforms are difficult in LU because they're also server-sided. And so they're a little bit harder to guarantee that what you're experiencing is live accurate and not just a server-side bug. So let's just get this demo. I'm going to buff me again. Because I'm not going to die, but they are slowly depleting my health. Okay, so let's... Mistimed it. And there's going to be a lot of that. It's not incredibly easy to do. It's not difficult, but it's not something I can do 100% of the time. Okay, there we are. Activated it. Still worked throughout the activation, but... yeah, nothing interesting. I guess one question which could be interesting to ask is, can I do something? Can I activate another ability whilst activating Spring Shoes? Because I haven't tested that, I don't think. All I've ever tested with Spring Shoes are, yeah, various, like offhand items. I've never tested it with another. I'm trying to think what if it's consumable. I guess it doesn't actually have to be this consumable. Okay, that just went incredibly quickly, and that has an incredibly long cooldown, so I won't expect to do it again. That wasn't the button I meant to hit. I want to say I need something with a shorter cooldown. Spring Shoes is the thing with the shortest cooldown I know, out of all consumables. Okay, I hit 5 pretty quickly there. It suggests that Bubble Blower in some sense takes priority. Which I guess kind of makes sense, like there is a delay when you start using Spring Shoes. Guess one interesting thing could be dropping an engineer Actually, this could be really interesting. Oh, you wouldn't be able to do it, though. I was thinking drop an engineer turret whilst you're in one of these, but you wouldn't be able to do that. You might be able to drop an engineer turret whilst midair on a bouncer. That sounds doable. And that's would definitely be easier. Okay, so I'm going to swap out the order I'm doing these items in. I'm going to spring shoes first and then hit 5. Not expecting anything, but it would be nice. 2. So I would like to conclude that was a success, however it wasn't. Or at least there's no evidence that was a success. Basically, I think I used the bubbles whilst I was flying. I mean, okay, that does give me a little bit of information. It tells me that I can still fly and activate the bubbles at the same time. So the bubbles just... I mean, it's kind of what we already knew. The bubbles just stop user inputs to motion. They don't even halt your existing motion, which is... I mean, it means I can't potentially abuse that, basically. As always, LU holds up pretty darn well. Funky Horn, I believe moving deactivates that, so that's a kind of boring one. Yo-ho-ho Mug, again, moving deactivates that. Exceptional Flintlock Pistol. We've already used a pistol, probably won't do anything different. Armor Polish 1, Health Cherry, Armor Polish 2, Potions of Imagination, Lego Universe Shirt, Barbecue Blast, Hot Dog, Everlasting Hot Dog, Graynit's Cap, Everlasting Hot Dog, I haven't actually played with. I forget how you get that. But it's going to be, why did I do that? It's going to be identical. We know it's going to be identical. Don't know why I did that. Grey Knit Cap, Dragon Hammer 2, more Dragon Hammers, only one of which is actually a Dragon-style hammer. And we have Blue Imaginite, Green Imaginite, Red Imaginite, Test Hammer, Exceptional Katana of Shielding. This is actually kind of a good one. I kind of like this item. Arguably, though, again, pretty similar. This one, unlike Bubble Blower, doesn't hold you in place. Note you're stunned throughout this. Okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's quite interesting, actually. I might give myself a wormhole quickly, actually, to test some side effects of that. Was it? Okay, I'm just going to test a few things here. And then, okay. It resets to the previous thing I had equipped. That's just quite funny, if I'm honest. Okay, I don't think there's too much to be said for that. Nothing spring to mind anyway for that. For anything interesting there. Okay, Yahaha Sextant, that's just offhand imagination. Worthy Shovel, test ballistic projectile mortar flintlock. This may be what I think it is. If it is, it is arguably one of the best items in the game, and one of the best memes in the game as well. Oh. Okay, well, no, that's just bugging out. Yeah, okay, it may well just be bugged. Shame. There's one item which I think may be this, which just, like, keeps shooting indefinitely. Like, has, like, 0 delay. Okay. We do have Test Fire Staff. Let's just see what this does. Does have apparently it has something else associated with it because it's an extra image, but it doesn't do anything. Can't hit 1 for anything like that. I would assume not, but you never know. Okay, yeah, we've got various test eggs to spawn things. Water Sprayer. Water Sprayer has some nice stuff, but nice stuff about it in the fact that it can do damage through multiple enemies. It is similar in that regard to the wands, test reporters cameras, stuff like that, NPC stuff rather, unused quest brick, test pet chariot hack, large jetpack, NPC bricks, witch hat, spanner. I'm assuming this wasn't... I've never seen this. Maybe... Is this an actual item? Test Bobajan spanner. Seems to be an actual item I've just never seen before. Whoa, is that... Seems to have pretty quick attacks as well. That feels really quick on the attack. Feels like one of the quickest items I've seen. That was actually a little bit interesting. But for some reason, okay, interesting. Seems quicker. For some reason seems to stun me for longer at the top. Because I couldn't reactivate until I touched the ground. So what happens if I go back to this? Maybe... Wait a second, why is that just activating? Okay. I think that may be an issue bug, if I recall correctly. And of course I won't be able to get any spring jumps off because I've still got imagination. So, okay. Maybe this was just inheriting what felt like fast attacks from the... from maybe it has a longer animation. It was inheriting them from Wu's imagination staff, because that was what I last equipped. That's what the game seems to think I still have on. Skunk shirt, baseball cap, improved witch broom. I'm fairly certain it doesn't have anything interesting to it, but let's just check. Nope, nothing interesting. Basic shovel, pet inventory item. What is... it's just template object. Test skunk wrench. Used in script for skunk to attach to head. I'm assuming this is... Well, no, I mean, anything that has a description like that isn't implemented, but... I rest my case. Unused inventor's widget. Honestly, some of these things I just don't know and I'm just kind of interested in. Why can I not? Okay, that didn't appear to give me anything. I kind of figured it wouldn't, but worth a try. Shrink it up to shirt, okay. Pet treasure chest. Coalesces flying disc. Test contest parachute. Maybe this is the one. Come on, please be the one. Am I placeboing myself? Is this any slower? If I just convince myself I'm falling more slowly. No, I don't think that's any slower. Okay, they're identical. No, it's not the one. Bright red shirts, lots of bright red shirts. Wow, I'm up to 30 odd. Okay, these are just all the shirts from Character Create. Well, we're going to get a good way through all of the items we've got to go through. Currently just skimming through a couple of hundred shirts. Earth blue, earth green, brick yellow, sand blue, sand green. Okay, and we're back. Some test objects. Don't care about any of the test objects. Improved firefighter axe. Probably doesn't do anything. Cannonball. Basic short sword, basic spear, basic hammer. Prismatic baseball cap. Woo! Test horse mount. Test blaster imagination. Oh. Okay. I've got to test this because it might be what I hope it is. Even if it is what I hope it is, there's a fair chance I won't be able to use it. It is. Avery loves this. Avery Summer, one of the DLU devs. utterly loves this item. I should probably stop using it because there is the risk it may well crash the server or something, but there we are. Yeah, okay. Money magnet, test, contest, portal, rebuild, test. Okay. Okay, these are all. So we've got QB bass, QB guitar. Those are quick builds, and right beneath them you have, well, at the very least, in the case of the, if there's a drumstick and there is a proxy drumstick. The proxy is the thing that goes in your other hand, basically. So proxy objects are how two-handed items work in the game, basically. They are what gets equipped. Test, Ranger's Elite Bow, NPC Flag Wave Flag, NPC Jackhammer, NPC Welding Torch, Black Neck Scarf, not interesting, Backslung Sword, Great Mattock, doesn't have any abilities, NPC Medieval Sword Helm, Test Package, NPC Western Cap, Test Hand for Waving, Bright Red Shirts, bright blue shirts, dark green shirts, black shirts. Okay, these are they've effectively just added a couple, not 2 shirts, 6 shirts after the fact in every different colour. So we're going through those. Okay, Hiccup Tablets, Everlasting Hiccup Tablets, Brick Booster Pack, Super Brick Booster Pack, Pig Basting, Super Pig Basting, Test Stun Pulse Blaster. Stuns and fires multiple shots. Presumably it's the same thing as the one I just did, except stun effect. Red Brick Shirt, Hawaiian Shirt, Strongly Defeated Shirt, Winged Helm of Speed, amazing, but obviously not obtainable. Basic Short Sword of Knockback. Okay, let's equip that. Again, fairly certain I'm happy with how this works. Honestly, I suspect I probably have tried everything interesting in the game, mostly because I think almost all of the interesting stuff in the game is faction gear. I think faction gear has the most unique abilities. I think it's virtually the only thing in the game that truly has unique abilities. Arguably a far faster way of doing this whole thing, albeit a less complete way of doing this thing, would just be going to would just be going to Nexus Tower and testing every item for sale there, because those are more or less the only unique items in the game. Well, they'd be the place. They'd now be the place I'd expect to see stuff. Okay, test Ninja 1 Katana, superior long sword of stunning, short sword of stunning. I'm not going to take a look at those because the stun effects won't be implemented in the charge up effects. We've already taken a look at things with charge ups. Speedy cap, that's the Monument 1, model reward mushrooms. Model. We're going to have. Oh, I expect we're going to have more model rewards, if I'm honest. User generated content. Thinking cap, UGG. Not interesting. I guess. No, I take that back. Well, I don't know if this is the correct thinking cap, but I don't think I have a thinking cap on this character because I never went that far through the quest chain. So this is one of the things I haven't actually looked into enough. There may be... I obviously can't test it in this world, but there actually is the potential for cool interactions with this. If you are within a certain range of a... if you're out of bounds but within a certain range of a building area, you can actually use this and will be teleported to the building area. So it's one of the rare things. Now, you that actually teleports you. I think you have to be... I think it actually arguably depends on server implementation as well as to how it teleports you, but I don't remember exactly, but in theory, yeah. Thirst Quencher consumable. Is that just the, imagination cup? Don't know what this is. Yeah, okay, it is. Oh, it is literally called Thirst Quencher. Metal leg, solid. Basic spear of stunning, great scimitar of rooting. Oh, is it roots them to the spot? Sticks enemies' feet to the ground. Okay, I have played with those before. I don't think I've ever had them work. Next Force healing kit, steam. You wouldn't be able to see it here anyway. Test Pirate-sicle. I just want to know what this does. Test item pirates give you apparently. Presumably it will just be a quick-sicle, but no, it isn't. It actually isn't equipable. Good to know. It does nothing. Test skateboard wheels. Test head of attacking. I've never managed to. I tried that in LCDI, you never got that to work. And obviously, it's a test thing. Pet shirts, bag of peanuts, blue chassis. Okay, so these are car items. Pets rock bridge parts are apparently loot. Okay, I guess they might be actually. No, they shouldn't be models. We shouldn't really get models here. Obviously, we've got a couple of model rewards. I'm not certain why. Another hat. Yes, so actually, let's go back to the. Oh, test client blaster. I wonder what this does actually. Okay, let's do this first. Again, almost certainly unusable, but. Okay. Don't know. Test object for okay, where's the test hat attacking? Here we are. So, given myself this in LCDRU in the past, I've also given the test hat of Ponage, which is also in the game. As you can see, like this actually. This weird, it like does the last thing is kind of hilarious. No, don't. Okay, wait, I need to equip and unequip this if I had to guess. If I want to get not having anything in my hand back, then re-equip this.